Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Faith Fashion Closet. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go about the making of this dress. In my last tutorial, I shared with you guys the pattern drafting. If you're here to see that video, definitely check it out on my channel. I'll post the link on the description box so you can go ahead to check it out. So in this video, we are going to be joining all the pieces together and also sewing them. So if it's something you're interested in, keep on watching. And if you are still here to subscribe to the channel, please hit on the subscribe button and let us get started. And so guys, I've already gone ahead to cut it on my fabric, and what I'm just doing right now is taking out my pins. So right now we'll be moving ahead to join our pieces together. This is the front piece, guys. So after cutting with your pattern paper, just go ahead to spread it on the table. So I'll go ahead to join the pieces together just as you see me do here. So I'll take both sides right now and then join the three sides, both on the middle and on the two other princess dots. And then guys, this is for the back pattern, just as you see me do. I'm also taking off my pattern paper, and then I'll just place my pins safely, guys. So the next thing we'll do right now is to open up our back pieces. Remember to also cut out your lining piece. I've already gone ahead to cut out my lining piece. Whatever you cut on your fabric, just go ahead to cut it for the lining piece. So I'll go ahead right now to join my princess dart on my back piece, and so whatever I do on my back piece, I'll go ahead to do the same thing on the lining piece as well, both for the front and for the back. And so guys, just as you've seen, I've gone ahead to cut out my cape for the front piece. I went ahead to fold my fabric into two and then just go ahead to place my pattern on top and then cut. So guys, after doing that, what we'll do next now is to stitch this part just as you see me describe here. Just go ahead to stitch it round to meet this point here. So guys, note that we are only stitching the down part by half an inch. We are not actually touching the upper part, so just the down part to meet the edge of the collar. I'll go ahead to bring my back collar just as you see me do here. I've taken off my pattern paper. So what we'll do now, just watch the particular place we're going to be stitching first. We're going to be stitching the down part just as you see me illustrate, to that particular point that I marked there. So just do the same thing that I actually showed you for the front, and also go ahead to do the same thing for the back. And so guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it. So I'm just going ahead to make a notch around the part I have stitched just as you see me do here. I'll do the same thing for the front piece. I'll go ahead to notch the back cape as well. So after notching, we'll just go ahead now to bring our front piece. See, I've gone ahead to press open my darts allowance just as you see, so that it will actually sit properly. So you can go ahead to do the same thing as well. So right now what I'll do now is to place my cape just as you see me do. So just follow properly through. So guys, just take your pins and use it to pin your front piece to the cape as you see me do here, so that it will not move when you're trying to sew. So guys, we are doing this before we turn over our cape. So what I'm trying to do here now is just to take the measurements of where my cape will begin from. So guys, just watch properly what I'm about to do. So on this particular point, I'm going to take my tape and measure 1.5 inch, just as you see me do here. Just go ahead to measure 1.5 inch from the other side of your shoulder. So I'll just go ahead to mark it out there as you see me do. So after marking it out, I'll just go ahead to also mark it on the cape area, on that particular place where it ends. So just watch carefully and you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm marking it on the cape area as well, just as you see me do here. I'm carefully marking it out. So guys, just do the same thing. So after doing that, I'll take off my pins and then just go ahead to, from this point I actually marked out on the cape, I'll go ahead to run is 1/2 inch stitch round it to meet the other point I ran a stitch on. So just go ahead to run a stitch on it. So after doing that guys, this is what I have. I'll just go ahead to notch the area as well. So guys, watch carefully on this particular place. Just see how I actually notched it on that area there. So just go ahead to notch it properly. When you notch it properly, it will actually turn out the way it should. So after doing that guys, I'll just go ahead to open it up. So right now we have our back piece. What we're going to do next now is to also do the same thing we did for the front to the back piece. So I'll just go ahead to place one side of my back piece on the cape, just as you see me do here. I'm placing the cape on top of the piece so that I'll know where to start my stitching from. So just like we did for the front, like I said, so on this particular point, just go ahead from the shoulder and mark 1 inch. So we actually did 1.5 inch on the front, but for the back we're going to be doing 1 inch. So just go ahead to mark out 1 inch from that point there and mark it out with your chalk. So just like we did for the front, we're also going to just take the measurements just as you see me do. So just watch carefully and you will get it. So I'm just going ahead to mark on the cape the same point I have on my back piece. So after doing that, just like we did for the front as well, I'll just go ahead to run a stitch and then meet the other part that I actually stopped. So just go ahead to do the same thing. So right now this is what we have guys. I've gone ahead to turn it open. So after turning it open like this is what we have. The other side is opened. So guys, this is it. So after doing this, just go ahead to press it open with your iron and make sure it sits properly. So the next thing to do now is to run a top stitch on from this particular point on the armhole. As you can see me do here, I'm just going ahead to open it up and then on this particular point round it, just go ahead to run a stitch, a top stitch round to meet the place we actually notched. So just watch what I do, how I illustrate it here. So just go ahead to run a stitch on top, a very tiny stitch on top close to the edge. So I'll do the same thing for the front and come back to the same thing for the back. So I'll just go ahead to run a top stitch first. Just run a top stitch first, and after doing that guys, you go ahead to run another stitch on top. I'll do that and show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to run a stitch round this my cape just as you see me do here. I've run the first stitch. We're actually going to be running 2 stitches, so I'll show you with what I did for the front. So after running the first stitch round it, I'll go ahead to run another inch, just close to each, maybe 1/4 inch as you see me do here. So please don't mind my material. It's actually kind of a stretchy material, that's why it's looking like this. So I've gone ahead to place the front now. So what I'll do next is to turn my fabric with my lining. So before I do so, I'll go ahead to show you guys how I actually did it. So just like I said some few minutes ago, so just place your cape like this, just as you see me do. Just place your cape and hold it down with your pin. So just hold it down to meet that particular point that we actually marked. You see the what I'm trying to say here. So we've already gone ahead to cover from that part. So we're just going ahead to join that part there that is not still covered. So just place it on top like this and go ahead to bring your lining piece and then match it up like this. Just place it on top like this and pin it down so that it would not move while you're trying to sew. So I'm just going ahead to pin it just as you see me do here. So guys, when you get to this particular area where I marked, so just go ahead to open up the part that we actually notched on the cape area. Just open it up like this and then place it on that part that we marked, and then just go ahead to also place your lining piece on top. So this will help it to create space for you to sew around the neck. So just do what I'm trying to do here. So if you actually do it correctly, you will get it. So I'm just going ahead to fix it properly, and then I'll go ahead to just turn the fabric with my lining as you see me do on the two sides, and I'll go ahead to do the same thing on this design as well. I'll just run a stitch close to it, and then on the down part as well, just run a stitch round it, and then you turn it out from your sleeve area. And so for the back piece, just like we did for the front, we'll do the same thing as well. Just go ahead to place it after opening up your cape. Just go ahead to place it like this, and then just place your lining on top of it, just as you see me do. So go ahead also to the part that we notched, just go ahead to open it up properly, just as you see me do, so you can actually have space to stitch on. So if you actually notched it right, you will actually understand and get what I'm trying to say here. So just go ahead to open it up, and then just go ahead to run a stitch round it to meet the zip area, and then go ahead to just cover round your fabric with your lining. Just go ahead to turn it, just take in your cape like I did, and then go ahead to turn everything out. So guys, after doing that, this is what I have. So if you actually follow through, or you still don't understand, you can go back and then watch properly. So after doing that, this is what you would have. See, this place is actually looking very neat and covered. So just go ahead to watch properly and you will understand it. So this is what we have, guys. This is for the front, and I'll also bring the back piece so you guys can see. And I've gone ahead to turn it open and press open my on my fabric so that it can actually look relaxed and neat. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead to join my shoulder. I'll place my back piece on the front piece, just as you see me do here, and go ahead to just join my shoulders together. So this is how I'm going to join my shoulders, guys. So just watch carefully. I'll take the front and the back piece together, right side facing right side, and go ahead to just take one lining and then turn it over like this to meet the other lining at the back, and then run a stitch on top. I'll do the same thing for one side, and also go ahead to do the same thing for the other side as well. So after doing that, guys, I'll go ahead also to take my basic body measurements and then just join them together. This is it, guys. I've gone ahead to join the sides together, just as you can see. I'm just going ahead to tie the cape we have on our shoulder. So this is how it actually look after wearing. So I'll move ahead now to just trim out the excess on my armhole area. I'll move ahead now to join the sides together and also fix my sleeve, and after doing that, I'll go ahead to just fix my zip. So I'll fix my zip and come back to show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is how it turned out, looking all beautiful and snatched. You can actually see the resemblance with the inspiration video. So if you actually find this video interesting and you learned something, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also like and share this video so that others can actually learn something as well, and also turn on the notification bell to get notified when I post more tutorials. So guys, until my next video, bye.